Hello, welcome to my channel. It's Nikki here. Thanks for joining me. It is Sunday the 15th of November, halfway through the month. And the first of the 2-week rotation is done. That's been spent on Just Be. So, I was kind of up here at the start of the month. So as you can see, I've finished a page and I've made a good start on page 16. It's page 15 I've done. It's a lot of collar. This collar, jewelled collar. Actually, if I zoom in on the little charm there, it's tiny, so you can't see the full details. But basically, it's his face with his glasses on. Is on the charm on his collar. It's a really cute detail. It's not been too bad going. I was expecting this to be full of confetti. These gems always are. They're like the book gems on the Randall Spangler designs. Lots of different colours. But they do look lovely when they're done. So this is where I'm stopping on this one for this year. I've made really good progress. At the start of the year I was up here in these glasses. So I've completed that row of pages and made a good start on here. And I've actually got some numbers for what I've done this year and also in total. This is one of the most of the projects that I'm working on. I do have a lot of data that I've recorded. Mostly I keep track of how many times I've worked on something. So this year I've worked on this project for 37 times, 37 days, but the amount of time varies depending on whether it's a weekday and I've had work that day, and whether it's a weekend and I've been able to sit down and really concentrate on my sewing. So counting days is a bit, I don't track how long I spent. So I'm going to say 37 times this year. This one has been out and had some stitches put on it. And the number of stitches I've done this year is 23,332, which is a lot. Sounds like ever such a lot. In total, I've done 73,352 stitches on this project. And I'm 76% of the way complete. So this was what I was thinking anyway when I put this onto the 2 weeks every other month, was that this would be the next one to be finished. And I'm looking to get it finished next year. So in full coverage fanatics, they're doing 21,000 in 2021, well 21 in 21, that's 21,000 stitches in the year of 2021. I did it this year with the 2020 and I did that on Eternal Promise, got that one finished. This I have 22,898 stitches left to do. So 21, that's most of it done. So what I'm going to do is take part in that event, the year-long event, and get this finished. For my workings out, I reckon it's probably going to take me to just past halfway through the year because I'm working on it every other month. Now, I'm through the worst of the confetti. That colour has to be the last of it really. And so all I've got is a bit more fur on this page, and then we've got loads of background. I think on this side we have more of these shadowy cats. They had quite a bit of colour changing in them. But then it's just these partial pages along the bottom. That is how close I'm to finishing it. So there will be some blocks of colour, and I don't do so well with blocks of colour. I find it really dull. Audiobooks are your friends though when you have to deal with that. So I plan on having a lot of audiobook time when I stitch on this when I get to the background, so I can get through that. But yeah, he will be done next year. I'm quite confident of that. So I've been going in, filling in some bits and pieces of numbers and getting everything tied up for the end of the year. So as and when I get them together and I've worked on that project, I'll probably go through some more of those. Things like Snow Girl, I started her in 2012 and I don't have stuff going back to that far. I think my most detailed notes are from May 2016, and that's basically keeping the track of how many times I've worked on something. In terms of how many stitches done, it wasn't really until I got fully into Pattern Keeper that I kept a track of the numbers, because I did some counting up each night with Eternal Promise, but I didn't really want to do that with all of my projects. So Pattern Keeper just gives me a number, I write it down at the end of the night, keep it all in a planner, and then put all my numbers together at the end of the month. So I'll have some more bits and pieces to go through with you. I just use them for tracking goals and really how much I think I can get done. Numbers will always vary depending on how much confetti's in something. Once I get back into the background of this, there were times when I was doing 800, 900 stitches, because it's just thread a couple of needles of the same colour and work through them. I find that incredibly boring. I don't enjoy that type of stitching so much. I do prefer the details. So next up for me is I have a couple of days on Mooka, Mirabilia, that I'm working on, and then I've got a cat. No, he's not coming to get me. And then after that it will be Unicorn for a week. I've decided to stick to Unicorn again because it's one that isn't so big and I should be able to get closer to a finish. And I'm just trying to get rid of some of these whips at the moment by finishing them rather than just putting them away. So that's it for me for now, and I'll see you in either in a few days or I'll add to this in a week with another update. Probably Muka and Unicorn. See you then. Bye bye. Hello, today is the 24th of November and I'm just about to switch over to Stitching Time for a week. So I thought I would show you where I'm up to with what I worked on last week, which is Unicorn. The kit is from Gecko Rouge and the artwork is by Lorna Lane. This is stitched on 25 count Magic Guide, and I finished pages 6 and 7. I was working them together because obviously partial pages because of the shaping. It was mostly these bits and some of the frame there, which is full of confetti. So yeah, I think when I got back to this rotation I was just working on this flower here. I'd probably just started the outline for this bigger flower, so worked all the way across there. Obviously there's a lot of colour changes in this piece, even though it looks like it's just strips of purple and peachy pink. So I've actually come down through to the pages below, and I've also started on page 8 there, which is, I've gone across the page. Some of this is actually into page 9. Again, page 9 and 10 will be kind of 9 will be mostly full, 10 will be a partial with the frame continuing round. I'm about 20% done with this one now, so making progress on it. I started it last year and I've only worked on it for 2 rotations this year, so 12 days, or 12 stitching sessions in total. So there we have it. I'll get some more of it done. Next year I might be able to make more progress next year because it will be out 4 times. So, there we go, and I'll see you later with an update on a stitching time. Bye for now. Hello again. It's the 1st of December today. We're nearly at Christmas. So I'm wrapping up with what I got finished in, well, what else I got done in November. I don't think I showed this one before. This is Mooka, it's memorabilia. And I don't always show this, I don't make a lot of progress. I work on it 2 or 3 times a month, depending on whether it's a 30 or 31 day month. Because it just fits in with the rest of the rotation. So this is one half of it. So I'm making good progress. What did I do this time? I think I mostly worked on the bed here, and I think I filled in that ribbon and possibly some of the cushion there. And there's a lot of gaps that are left for beads. I think that's beads there as well. And I'm working the frame down to go around. This is the bottom of the bed. So when I come back to it in December, I should be working, I think it's a bit more brown to fill in here, but I'll start getting headdress pulls all around the bottom. So I haven't done any back stitch on it yet. I'll do the back stitch as I do the beading, so she looks a bit odd, but it'll look really nice when it's done. I just don't have any time limits or time set for when I want this done. It's just a nice change to the full coverage that I work on all the other times. So with this before everything starts crashing down. We're very precariously perched on another stand. So stitching time. There's a lot rolled up on it at the moment. So what I'd done was I'd worked this bit up. I think this entire column is finished. The column of pages. I'm actually 26% done on this, but because I'm only just finishing the first couple of pages, it's difficult to see. So I came up here and then I started working across, coming down about 40 rows on each page. And then I got onto the end of page 3, which is about there. And then I decided that I'd just work the top part of the shelf across and come down and work it in pages. So I got all the way over to page 1, then did page 1, and then this month I have finished off page 2. I think I had about that much to do. The books, yeah, because the butterfly was mostly there. And then there's this bit here, which when I look closely at the picture, the original picture, it looks like it's a jar full of spools of cotton thread, but you're not going to see that level of detail on this piece. I'm doing the regular version with the original number of colours, 80 something colours, and that's enough for me really. I don't like to juggle too many colours. I've got some that are over 100, which is okay for the odd piece, but I don't think I could do a project that had 240 colours. Just be swapping them all the time, and the way I set up, I don't think I'd have the space to have all that near me and around me ready to go. So personally it would be quite frustrating just for the way that I stitch. So it's finished page 2, and I've come over back to page 3, and because the books are such solid verticals, I've just decided to pick each book spine and work that down. They've got dark shading areas separating them from each other, so that's a good place to work up to. So on this book, I believe that's a ship that I'm filling in there, and that's where I got to last night. I did actually have a very good week on this, very productive. It was over 3,000 stitches, which is good going for this one because I'm changing colours a lot. But as I said, page 3 and 4 are not quite halfway complete. So the plan is just to carry on working like that. I work these book spines down. I think part of the vignette is on page 3, mostly on page 4. So I'll see how I work across that once I reach that spot. It'd be nice to stitch one of the women. I think I've got a lacy fan here coming in. That's going to be a lot of confetti. And then there's 2 book spines as well. So I might be a while finishing off page 3 because of how it overlaps with page 4, but we'll see what happens when I get there. It's a while yet. So I'll be working on this once more this year. She'll come out at the end of December. And Christmas. Got some decorations up in my craft room. Pumpkin King. Still got a Halloween decoration out. I've made it. I need to get it displayed. And yeah, some robins having a bit of a festive feel. So the other project that I've been working on is Saturday and Sunday mornings in my craft room working on Mary Clayton. So I finished the top section, got this house finished, and there's 2 pages here that I've done. Really enjoyed this bowl, or the berries and the flower, the bowls. Here on another page there's a bowl for this flower. I think this just ends in green. But what I'm doing now is, let's see how far I can zoom in. It's not fully over one, it's squashed stitches the way that Heritage Stitchcrafts do it. So it actually goes, the stitch goes over 1 but up 2 still. So they're very skinny stitches. You have to really think hard about where you're putting your needle. And all the while I was stitching this, I've not got enough space, there's not enough space, I've done something wrong. Just managed to fit it in, and a full stop as well. So that was actually quite fun. So I got that finished, did that on Sunday. Next time, oops, going the wrong way. Next time I'm going to come back and finish off the garden and get the tree in, which will finish off a page up there. So there's a mirror of this, and I don't think it would take too long to get it finished. So it depends what time I can give it at the weekends. But it's quite a small, petite little sampler. So it looked nice on the stairs. So that's it for November. I did stitch some more on the strawberry sampler. I've got the eyelet alphabet finished on that, but it's kind of all rolled up and difficult to show. I am hoping to work on that a bit more than just the half hour in the morning this month, because I'd like to get it done. Mostly because for my New Year New Start, rather than starting a full coverage piece, I'm going to start the For the Birds series from Blackbird Designs. I've got all the threads, all the charts, and it's 3 different colours of Picture This plus fabric. So I've got that, and I've cut that into the sizes that I need. So we're all ready to go on that. I just want to get Strawberry Sampler finished first. So I think that's it for now. Plans for December is trick or treat for 2 weeks, then a week on Snow Girl, season appropriate, and hopefully I think I should be able to get the page done on that, because I've only got one colour left to do on it. It is a lot and it is boring. I don't like stitching just one colour. It's a very boring background on this piece, and there's a lot of it. Once that's done, I've got a hair which is a lot of black, so I'll stick an audiobook on and listen to that. I think I've got a Mark Lawrence one that I'm listening to at the moment, so they're actually quite intense, and it's fantasy but kind of quite violent fantasy. It's the Red Sister, and I've seen people describe it as Hogwarts, but yeah, if Hogwarts was a girls only school and they learned to be assassins trained by nuns, it's good. But we were doing that, listening to that, and yeah, that should probably get me through all the dull blues and greys of Snow Girl. And then after Snow Girl, obviously stitching time for another week, which will be Christmas week. I'm not having too many plans for that. I think we're going to visit one household. That's the plan. I'm trying to stay away from people still. I'd rather just give people a Christmas card than Christmas illnesses. And what you restrain for this year, you can make up for next year when everyone's protected. So that's Christmas. But we usually have quite quiet Christmases, and I really prefer it that way. I've had my fair share of very noisy family Christmases in the past. I've had enough of those to last me a lifetime. So now it's usually just the two of us and the cat, and we spend Christmas Day just doing what we want to do. It's a big sewing day in my book. So yeah, have a good festive season, whatever you're doing, whoever you're spending it with. And I'll be back at the end of the year with what I got done in December. And I'm still tossing around the idea of doing a whip parade after that, which will serve as a starting point for 2021. And my plans, although my main plan is to finish Just Be. So I'm going to finish Heaven and Earth Designs again next year. We'll get that done. So, rambled on too long. I will see you soon. Hope you have a wonderful time. Hope you get lots of time to do stitching, indulging in your hobbies and looking after yourself. And I'll see you at the end of the year. Bye bye.